It's me, LIFESPILLER79. A bunch of PS1 games. I can just walk in and out of a thrift store. Hello gamers, it's me, LIFESPILLER79. It's my show. Glad to be back, man. Hello and welcome to Spilling My Guts, episode 8. Last week, or the other week, I said 6, and it actually was 8. It was actually 7 the last podcast, but this one is actually 8. So welcome to Spilling My Guts, episode 8. I'm your host, LIFESPILLER79. It's my podcast, man. I wanted to make an announcement. I wanted to talk about my partnership. I'll get into that, but first I wanted to get into some gaming news because this is E3 week, probably one of my favorite weeks. Or it's kind of like the Super Bowl to me, because all of the trailers, the live showings, actual game footage, games that's going to be announced for next year, any changes, updates that are being made to the current consoles and stuff like that, any new games from indie developers, downloadable games, new things that you can take advantage of, footage, all kinds of stuff just put together as one. And this is all happening at the same time during this week. And see, E3 is just always kind of been that nice thing to go to. It's just it's definitely one of my goals. I definitely know that eventually I'll go, and I know that probably through this channel I'll probably be able to do that. And my wife and I have had this discussion and stuff like that, and I got several announcements that I want to make and stuff like that. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and dive into the gaming news that's interesting to me this time around. First off, I heard about Jack Tretton, the old CEO from Sony. He's actually going to be sitting down in E3 live access with Spike TV, and he'll be hosting right along with them. I'm probably going to have to record it or something, or download it or something, and because I work during the day. Because last year what I did was I did a wall-to-wall round the clock coverage of it, and so yeah, he said he's been at every single E3 that's ever been out. And so this time he gets to just kind of kick back a little bit, but he's still going to give his perspective. And, we're looking forward to hearing and see what he has to say. If you heard some of my other videos or podcasts, I was kind of heartbroken because he's that all around type guy. He seems very genuine, down to earth. We know he got money and stuff like that, but that's the thing. The heart shouldn't change because the money has changed. So it was kind of heartbreaking to hear that he left. And after 19 years of being with Sony, and now he's moving on to a different company. I forgot what the name of the company is. I was reading about it. I think it was definitely last week that I was reading about it. But I was still pumped and glad to hear that he's going to be working with Spike TV, and I think it also goes along with game trailers. So I think his name is George Keighley. Is it George Keighley? I think it is. I know his last name is Keighley. He's with Game Trailers TV. He's been on there for years, and I actually have come to respect him as a game analyst and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, that's kind of like one of the big things that I wanted to talk about, because I do love E3, and I just loved hearing new games being announced, possible games that we've been holding on to. I was listening to Erica Zybo today, and the funny thing is a lot of games that she talked about were games I've been waiting on. She loves the Eco and Shadow of Colossus games just as much as I do, and we're both kind of in probably millions of other people as well are waiting on The Last Guardian. If it's going to be officially just done with, because we've been hearing about it for years, probably about 3 or 4 years now. The last year was very, very scarce with the information that they released. It was sounding like a canceled project, but we're going to hold out because I do love video games like that leaves things to the imagination, where there's just no voice in it. And it's more of the animation, the gameplay, the story itself comes alive without words. And when I first saw, I don't know what the hell that thing is. I don't know if it's a beast or whatever it is on The Last Guardian, and the little boy, and just the way it just captured my attention. And I've been looking for a game to just do that. And The Last Guardian is still in the back of my head somewhere. I still got that little hope, that it's going to happen. And then there's other games that I'm just looking forward to, because I know that we have a lot of games that are always being exposed and talked about, even before E3 comes about, months or weeks before that. But I also want to hear about titles that have not been discussed, that we secretly didn't know about, that's going to get announced. So I just can't wait to see what happens with all of that. And then the next thing I wanted to talk about was, of course, Mario Kart 8. I was just reading today, they just over the first release weekend, because I think it actually came out Friday, and it did about 1.2 million copies over the weekend, which brought the Mario Kart series over 100 million. I don't know how you feel about Mario Kart. I know there's a lot of people that were pumped because it was another game finally that was being released to the Wii U, and it's something that needed to happen a long time ago. Just to recap what I saw on GameInformer.com today, it said Mario Kart is now a 100 million unit selling series. Friday's launch of Mario Kart 8 pushed the franchise past its mark with 1.2 million copies sold. The worldwide sales are a strong start, especially given only 6 million Wii U's are in circulation as of March 31st, because they do everything kind of like on a quarterly basis and stuff like that. So they're looking for big numbers. Actually, I was even reading earlier, the sales did increase by 666%. I think it was in Europe. Trying to remember what I was reading earlier. But yeah, that's definitely increased tremendously. It's kind of crazy. It was one of those things that is going to push. Maybe it'll be a console pusher, and maybe Nintendo got some things up their sleeve, and because they're not going to be a part of the E3, which is kind of a boo situation, because it's like, what? But they're doing the whole conference thing, I think via satellite or something like that, which is kind of weird. I just feel like E3 is the place to be, regardless of some of the people that have become desensitized because they go there year in and year out and stuff like that. Well, for the people that haven't been, not even the one opportunity, it's still like that place, that everybody wants to go. Next thing I wanted to talk about was the domination of Wolfenstein. What's the name of the game? Wolfenstein, The New Order. For some reason, I guess I had last in my head, so I was going to say The Last Order. But The New Order, it did a total domination on the top 10. Let's see. As far as when we go gaming by the numbers, Wolfenstein, it dominated worldwide. On the PS4, it did 330,000. On the Xbox One, 188,000. The PC, 107,000. The PS3, 77,000. The Xbox 360, it did about 75,000. So yeah, and actually it looks pretty good. I was watching some reviews, and they say it kind of picks up where Wolfenstein 2009 left off. I found some parts of that game, the 2009 one, kind of mundane, or repetitive, I should say, because you had to keep going back to the town and stuff like that, and it was all kind of little stuff. But I did like the visuals, I did like the artwork, I did like the storyline, the gameplay and stuff like that. But there was just kind of some missing links here and there. Maybe I'll go pick the game up so I can finish it, because I did get far. I think I was about 60% done, 60 to 70% done. And speaking of which, I did get my first platinum trophy, so I'm pretty pumped about that. I finished up the season 1 of Walking Dead and got all my trophies and stuff like that. So just getting my first platinum trophy, regardless what level I got it on, actually there is no level set on Walking Dead, but it's just it's more of a story game than and there's action in there as long as you follow along with it. But I was pumped about that because it was it was one of my goals. And I actually had been looking through over the weekend. I started looking at all the games that I was close to, like God of War 3 and God of War 1 for the HD version. I'm like at 91%. I just got to finish up the Challenge of the Gods and I'll get my platinum trophy. So I got to go endure like 10 levels of craziness. So I'll see how that all turns out. But yeah, I'm pumped about that. And then the next thing that I wanted to talk about was Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10 announcement. Pretty awesome news. I saw the trailer today and I'll probably post it up on this video on top so you can actually see the trailer if you haven't seen it, or if you've seen it, you can watch it again. But yeah, man, I'm pretty pumped about Mortal Kombat 10. Mortal Kombat 9, I feel like it revamped the series. It brought back the new blood and, the visual effects with the X-ray and, the brutality and the crazy fatalities and stuff like that. And the characters, they brought a lot of the original team back. And, Ed Boon, he been doing little subliminal, secret messages here and there. And the whole thing is who's next. And so I can't wait to see it. I did watch the trailer and it did pump me up. And so I can't wait till the game comes out. I may just pre-order it. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people that's not Mortal Kombat fans, but Mortal Kombat goes a long way with me. There's been bumps along the road in the series. Like Mortal Kombat versus DC. I did not care for that. I actually did like the Sub-Zero stories. I liked Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. 4 was okay. I think 3 was a little bit much, but 2 is my favorite one. It's stuff between 2 and 9. As far as the retro side of things, 2 is my favorite, and current or last gen would be 9. And then a few others in the series I didn't get to play. I think I didn't get to play the Shaolin one, but I know I played 1, 2, 3, and 4. I had trilogy. Well, I do got trilogy. I actually have trilogy on my PS1 and my Nintendo 64. And then I got 1, 2, and I don't have 3 or 4. But yeah, there's been some bumps along the road. Let's just be honest. But it's really a good franchise, and I love each release as far as just the fact that it's continued this long, because it goes back for me to the arcade days. And I just remember putting a quarter up on the screen up in the lower left hand corner, waiting for the next person to finish, and you get your opportunity to play. And just them old school arcade days, man. I don't forget about that stuff. But anyway, I wanted to get down to my partnership. I wanted to try to get everything finalized. Still working through some stuff. The contract is already finalized. A couple weeks ago, because I check my emails periodically because I get a lot of notifications, and that's how I stay in the loops of comments, questions, subscription, people that unsubscribe to my channel and stuff like that. And so it's just been, I just happened to check my email one day, and one company asked for a partnership with me. And see, it's been one of those things that a lot of people that's not in my inner circle, they don't know the stuff that I've been going through with the channel, because I've been up and down, up and down. Like I said, last year I did probably 33, 34 videos. And this year I've done that and more in like the first 4 months of the year. And so I had to make a decision. What did I want to do with this channel? Did I just want to remain in it as a hobby? And if I remain in it as a hobby, Not that it's not, because a hobby is something you love to do, but did I want more out of this? Because I've always wanted to be like in the forefront of video games, talking about video games, any and every aspect of it, like retro, current gen, doing reviews or doing gameplays and, just talking about games that mean things to me. Pretty much what I'm doing now, but on a higher scale. And so I got to a pivotal point in my life. This year I came in and I said, well, this is going to be the last year. If I don't do something with this channel that's impactful, because I always wanted to go into being a partner. I always wanted a partnership. I always wanted somebody to go in with me, or I wanted a company to, sign an agreement with me. But I thought you had to have a large contract and, you had to have all these things in order to do that. But over a short period of time, through the help of others and the word of others, through plenty of social media sites and stuff like that, and plenty of websites like collection.com and all these social sites have just been working hard, and I've just been on a consistent level. I've been dropping videos, like 2 videos a week, almost every single week. I think there's only probably been a few weeks that I didn't drop 2 videos in 1 week. And it just let me know that I had more passion. And like I said, one day I just happened to go to my email and I just noticed a company was asking to, they've basically been keeping an eye on me. They've noticed my activities with my subscribers and views and the effect and impact that I've had with the community, the gaming community. And shortly after, I had another company inquire about going partner with me as well. Well, the first company was Creative Nation, and the second company was I think it was Maker Studios or something like that. And Creative Nation didn't respond back at first, and I liked everything it said, and I almost went with Maker Studios, and I'm actually glad I didn't. Because when I looked at the contract, and I know that some people have had prior experiences with them that wasn't all that, and I've done my homework on both companies, and the thing about the company, Creative Nation, is that it allows me to keep my channel, but it's putting it on I guess you could say it's putting it on a higher scale to try to help me to get more exposure, and it allows me to be able to do different things with my channel and stuff like that. And I've been recently working with different software and through the help of my buddy Corey, him and I just been putting our heads together, man. And we've been really mashing it out, and we just been talking like countless hours. I mean, just hours and hours. And he did the intro to, the new intro, and they're going to slide in, and they've already started, basically what's going to happen, and I'm just being upfront because they're going to start advertising commercials and stuff like that on my channel. And the reason why is because I'm going to be honest with you guys, it became financially difficult to keep the channel up. And because, if you notice, if you watch my first 50 to 60 videos, all I did was pickups. I did pickups here, pickup there, pickups. I mean, I didn't start going into video responses till like later on, like last year, I think, or halfway point of last year, and started opening myself up to new things on my channel. But the realities of it all is I love doing this channel. I'm very passionate about it. And I know that's being conveyed because people tell me that all the time. They see that, they understand that, they know that when they watch me on these channels and stuff like that, or videos, I should say, they can see that. And even my podcast and my reviews and my my little ideas that I come up with for just different types of videos and stuff like that, like my top 10s and just, all kinds of different concepts. But yeah, it became expensive. And I had to get to a point. That's why it got to a point for me where I had to make a decision. Am I going to stay in this, or this channel is going to end? I mean, because I was still going to collect, but I was going to do it more on a side kind of thing and just end the channel, because it became a responsibility. And I was like, if I'm going to do this, and as much hours and time that I put into this, it's like another job, but it's a business for me. But at the same time, I'm still going to bring the passion and love. I've had this contract for a while, almost a month now, but I didn't talk about it because I wanted to wait for the right time to bring it up. So yeah, the name of the company is Creative Nation. Pretty much a lot of people don't talk about it, but I am, because I'm not afraid of how people are going to feel about the contract situation, because I feel like I've built a certain plateau with certain people, and the core folks that come back every single video, they know me and they understand. So what are they going to do for me? Well, it's the highest channel revenue share on YouTube, pretty much at 90%. So whenever I get paid for an ad, I get the highest percentage out of it. And it comes back to me. It's not like bukus, because right now I'm not doing buku amounts of views and stuff like that, but I am doing a consistent base amount to where I'm getting noticed, and other companies are taking interest. Like I said, other companies are asking, and I already had to tell them I'm already locked down. And it's pretty much a 10-month contract. After the contract is over, we have an opportunity to extend, or I can go solo, either or. Also free channel branding and stuff like that, where they're going to polish my channel up, give me a new avatar, new border and all that. I mean, or new little layout and stuff like that, and all kinds of stuff over a matter of time. It'll probably be over the next few months you start to see things change. And they'll give me 24-hour support and stuff like that. Free audio, music that I can have access to, use of some of the best ads and stuff like that, and revenue sponsorships, and then also have little forums and stuff like that I can go to and chop it up with other channels, because there's tons and tons of other channels out there that are partnered with Creative Nation. So I'm pumped about it, and this is like one of my secret goals that I had been working towards, but not even knowing that the momentum, the efforts, the work that I've been putting out there. I've been still the same person. I'm still respond to my videos and still respond to the comments, and still try to come with the same passion and love. It's just that on a lower scale right now, I'll be getting paid for it, and eventually it will become something, and hopefully it will spiral into what I really want to do. I want to be like a video game analyst, where kind of like on the level of like Adam Sessler, and so I'm just striving towards that, because video games have always been a part of my life, and video games have always been something I've loved. I knew I couldn't do graphic design. I knew I couldn't, be a designer. I knew I didn't have any artistic skills. Like I told you guys in the past, I actually got to do a game testing event with Gearbox, and it just opened my eyes, and it fired me up. And I was like, ooh, I just want to be a game tester, and I'll do that. And not knowing that's like a freelance kind of thing. So you just really do it on a month to month basis, not really like a job. And there's several different aspects of gaming, and much like IT or being a technician, you need to be a hardware tech or software tech, and you could deal with any and every aspects of it. And the same thing with gaming. And I know that I'm good in front of the camera. I've been working hard, and I do all my own editing and, uploading and, my own posting and stuff like that. And I eventually want this to branch off to where it's something big, but still talk about retro, because retro is near and dear to my heart. It's never going to stop being a thing for me, no matter how big my channel is, because I know plenty of YouTubers out there who are very authentic. Happy Console Gamer, he's got like 80,000 subscribers, and he's still the same down to earth, passionate, balls to the wall kind of guy who loves the hell out of games. And his channel, as big as it is, his ego is still intact, and I've had fame. I've had businesses. I had my own business when I was 19. And even with my wife and I, we have several businesses together. And so this is just another part. This is just something else that's just being added on. So I truly am grateful for this opportunity that's been presented to me, because it's something I've been working long and hard towards. So when I come home from work, I usually shoot videos and podcasts like on Monday. I try to keep the podcast every other week because I don't want to get burnt out on those. And I do all my editing throughout the week. And I'm going to try to make it where I post a video on Wednesdays and Sundays, and keep it consistent with that. And I may start upping the videos to doing 3. I'll see, because now my son's gone for the summer. So it'll give me more opportunity not to have to worry about him or worry about noise and feedback or background noises. And eventually I'm working, now that I got the software, I'm trying to work on getting me a new camera, and working on the lighting and stuff like that. I'm always working on better lighting and stuff like that. So been just asking around. And so, yeah, those are the things that I've lately ran into, and I'm excited about it. Tell me what you think. Leave comments, good or bad. I want to just know what you think about all of this, and the E3 thing, the Mortal Kombat, Wolfenstein. If you've already played the New Order, let me know what you think about it. Mario Kart 8 and the partnership and everything like that. And like I said, it doesn't change the channel. It's just going to open up the gaming community, because I'm here to make an impact. And that's something Corey and I have talked about, and I've talked about it with other people as well. I'm here to change the face of gaming, just like I did with my Married to a Gamer. I'm not afraid to talk